Hello viewers, welcome again to our YouTube channel, The Food Monk. You are now watching live stream of our last lecture from the 5 days lecture series on COVID-19. Well, this is the last lecture of this session, but not the last lecture of The Food Monk. As promised, we tried our best to throw a light on a different aspects of COVID-19. Today's topic is not a stream specific, but a quite important for all people to get aware of the nutrition during this time of pandemic. Our today's speaker is Dr. Navneet Kaur. She has completed her postgraduate and doctorate from Department of Biotechnology from Punjabi University, Patiala. Our speaker is associated to Shri Guru Granth Sahib World University, Fatehgarh Sahib as an assistant professor and former faculty at Mata Gujri College, Fatehgarh Sahib in the Department of Food Science and Technology. I hope that you will enjoy our today's talk and get aware of the role of nutrition in the prevention of disease. Now I invite Dr. Navneet Kaur for today's talk. Dr. Navneet, your presentation is on a screen now.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Dr. Mandeep, for such a nice introduction. Now, still those who missed it, I want to say that I'm Dr. Navneet Kaur. I'm currently teaching at Department of Food Processing Technology, Shri Guru Granth Sahib World University, Fatehgarh Sahib. Now, today I have chosen a topic which seems very interesting to me, and so you too. Role of nutrition in time of COVID-19 pandemic. Now we all know that COVID-19 has caused a lot of changes in our daily lifestyle, with government imposing different strict lockdowns and protected food access. So it is very difficult nowadays to maintain a healthy lifestyle along with a healthy diet. But that's not impossible. With certain changes in our daily routine, we can still uh, add to our healthy diet. But going with the topic, now more than 2500 years ago, Hippocrates gave a certain wording which says, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. It means that let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. This explains us that we should take a proper nutrient diet so that we can fight the infections. That way, our food will fight against infections and give us the feeling of a medicine. So COVID-19 pandemic is spreading and scientists and researchers all over the world, they are attempting to create a vaccine for that. Till the discovery of vaccine, we cannot do anything. What's in our hand is to maintain our optimal nutrition and dietary nutrient intake, which can help our body in maintaining a strong immune system. That's what I have written in this slide. That nutritional status is the very important key to maintain a strong immune system against the virus. Though the nutrients won't help as medicine, but they will help as medicine in boosting your immune system. You cannot get rid of the COVID-19, but in this way you can prepare your body to fight against the infection. Now I'll talk in my whole series about diet and nutrition. So what is the basic difference between diet and nutrition? First of all, what is diet? There's a huge difference between the two terms, and we shouldn't mix both of these. Now, diet is basically it is the sum of food which is consumed by the person on its regular basis. That is the food and drinks you take on your regular basis. These foods or drinks they may include the healthy alternatives, the healthy food, plus the non-healthy alternatives, or we can say the junk food. So diet basically is composed of both nutritive food and the junk food that you are taking on your regular basis, whatever it comprises. Then what is nutrition? Nutrition is entirely different from diet. It is how the food that you are consuming is affecting your body. Whether you are taking nutritious food, it will affect your body in a positive way. If you are taking the junk food, it will affect your body in a negative way. Now, food is basically rich in nutrients such as fiber, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, lipids, and certain bioactive compounds that are essential for our body to function properly. Now, food is basically the essential ingredient for our body to function properly. Now, food is basically So let us start again with diet and nutrition. So, what is diet? Diet and nutrition, they are two separate words. They shouldn't be intermixed. They have different meanings and different roles. Diet is basically the sum of food that is consumed by the person on regular basis. Now, diet involves everything from the nutritious food you are taking to the junk food that you are eating. Now, nutritious food will have positive impact on your body, while the junk food will have negative impact on your body. So, this diet is basically the sum of food that you are consuming in your day. On the other hand, when we describe nutrition, nutrition is entirely different. It forms that how the food nutrients that you are taking within your body, that you are eating, how they are affecting your body. Now, food, it is a rich source of nutrients such as fiber, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates. Then there are lipids, certain bioactive substances such as flavonols, phenolic acids, coumarins, to name a lot. Now, these food nutrients, they help in maintaining good health and growth of the body. So there is difference between diet and nutrition. Now coming to a brief about COVID-19. I know basically all of you must be informed of COVID-19, so I'll not take much of your time. What is COVID-19? As the name suggests, COVID means coronavirus disease. It originated in year 2019, so the 19 has been put beyond it. So, this is the disease which originated in 2019 at Wuhan, Hubei province, China. It is generally caused by virus SARS-CoV-2. SARS means severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus. This virus, it belongs to class coronaviruses and is the primary mode of transmission is generally by sneezing, coughing, and through your saliva. When we talk, our saliva it sometimes comes out of mouth. It could be the reason of the transmission. But it is not only transferred by primary method. The secondary mode of transmission is also there, which is called formite transmission. What is formite transmission? When the transmission is through surfaces. For example, a person sitting nearby you is COVID infected and he accidentally spills his mucus on the chair. And while sitting, you accidentally touch that mucus, then you will be infected by the coronavirus. But nowadays, a new mode of coronavirus transfer has formally been acknowledged by WHO, and that is that it can remain in air also. Air of the crowded indoors carry coronavirus. So we should avoid going out at crowded places. And the symptoms, mild symptoms, they include cough, fever, fatigue, and shortness of breath. These things, they can be modified by boosting your immune system. If your immune system is boosted up, then you won't get such symptoms because there are asymptomatic persons also which carry coronavirus but their body don't show any symptoms. So if your body is strong, then you won't get any symptoms of this, or you will get mild symptoms of cough, fever, etc. However, if your immune system is weak, immune system is compromised, then in those cases you will get sepsis, heart failure, septic shock, pneumonia, etc., and ARDS, that is acute respiratory distress syndrome. Under these conditions, you will get support of oxygen or you will be on the ventilator. So, to avoid these things, it is best to keep your food healthy and get the best of the nutrition. Now, let us understand the graph which is showing the deaths due to coronavirus by age. Now we can see here that a certain age group from 50 to 80 plus, they are more prone to coronavirus rather than those who are younger at age. The reason is that when we are younger at age, our immune system is quite potent to fight against infections. But after 50 years of age, your immune system slows down basically. When your immune system slows down, you get prone to several diseases, which are also called non-communicable disease. What are these non-communicable diseases? Such as heart attack, diabetes, then cardiovascular disease, etc., cancer. So when you get these disease, you make your body prone to infections by COVID-19. So, as I've seen, what are the causes of these non-communicable disease? First is physical inactivity. Now, under lockdown, we cannot go out, we cannot go out for walks, we cannot go to gyms, which is leading to physical inactivity of body. Due to physical and inactivity, you are gaining weight. Obesity is the cause of many diseases. Then alcohol and tobacco abuse. That is, when you are on drugs, you are making your immune system compromised. Then is the third and most important factor, that is unhealthy diet. When you are not consuming your diet properly, when you are having unhealthy diet, because women today they are sitting at home and their best time pass is cooking. So they are not cooking healthy, of course. So you should change your mode of diet and shift it to healthy one to prepare your body to fight against COVID-19. So what type of diet we should basically follow? There are two type of dietary patterns. The first is Mediterranean diet. Now this type of diet is recommended by the governments all over the world. They are saying you to shift to more of the fibrous foods to increase your dietary intake more. For this, there are cereal, beans, legumes, vegetables, and fruits. You should include these minimally processed foods into your diet. Olive oil, whole grains, monounsaturated fats, basically, which are good for your heart. And this should be followed by low consumption or moderate consumption of fermented dairy products and low consumption of processed foods. Processed foods, they are cured red meats, sweets, desserts, etc. As you can see in the pyramid, that sweets they form the least amount of space in the pyramid. Now, this diet is rich in vitamins such as C, D, E, A, etc., and minerals such as zinc, calcium, copper. All of these boost your immune system. Moreover, they have immunomodulatory properties along with them. Now, the diet not only contains these vitamins and minerals, but is also rich in polyphenols. These are the bioactive substances or secondary metabolites which are produced by the plants to protect them from the herbivores or the pathogens. If you will consume the plants which are rich in polyphenols, they will back you up against the several infections or several non-communicable diseases such as cancer, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, then metabolic disorders, etc. Moreover, the polyphenols they work as antioxidants. That is, they scavenge the free radicals which cause damage to your DNA and cause apoptosis of your cells. And plus, they are antimicrobial in nature. They may be antiviral also. Sorry, let me go a little back. Now, on the other hand, we people, we are not following the Mediterranean diet, but we are more inclined toward Western diet. What is Western diet? It is more prevalent in Western countries, but now Indian population being educated, we are more shifting towards, they don't have time basically to buy and make the healthy meals. So they are shifting or inclined towards Western diet. The main feature and characteristics of this diet, they are high consumption of processed foods. Processed food means refined grains, cured red meats, desserts, sweets, deep fried foods, saturated fats, and refined carbohydrates. All of these they lead to non-communicable disease such as hyperlipidemia, that is increase in your body lipids, hyperglycemia, which will lead to diabetes mellitus and obesity, leading to severe risk of COVID-19. Thus, people should avoid Western diet and should shift to Mediterranean diet to boost their immune system. Now, what is immunity? Immunity is basically it is the defense system of your body to fight against the infections. Now, immunity it works by four general functions. First is it creates a barrier to prevent the entry of pathogens into your body. The first line of action of defense, such as your skin, it won't let the pathogens from entering your body. Your mucous membranes, saliva, they will all prevent the entry of pathogens. However, if the pathogen accidentally enters your body, then our body will identify the particular pathogens to act against it. Then it will act in its own way and eliminate the pathogen from the body. After eliminating the pathogen, it will form some memory cells, which will which will be a reminder basically for the body so that if in future you get the same infection, then those memory cells will act upon the infection and won't let that uh, bacteria or virus again disturb your body balance. Now, our body has immunity to virus also, and it acts by two different ways, that is innate immunity and by adaptive immunity. Innate immunity is what? Then the pathogen enters your body. This is the first type of immunity that your body reacts with. So when the virus particles they will enter your body, the first thing that is produced is type 1 interferons. These are basically the polypeptides which are secreted by the infected cells, which limit the spread of the virus. So, the basic function of type 1 interferons is to limit the spread of the virus into the target cells. But once the cells they are infected, then the natural cells, natural killer cells, they get into action and they destroy the cell having the virus. Thus, they will eradicate the virus from your system. Another is adaptive immunity. Now, adaptive immunity is basically mediated by antibodies. Antibodies they prevent the binding of or entry of the virus into the host cells by using CTLs. CTLs they are cytotoxic T lymphocytes. Antibodies they are only effective against the viruses in extracellular stage when they haven't infected your cell. So they will what they'll do, they will bind to the virus envelope or the capsid antigens. Here you can see in the figure that antibodies surrounding the virus particles. It will prevent the attachment of the virus into the host cells. Viruses which reside within the cells, they are killed by cytotoxic T lymphocytes or CD8 cells, which are basically the co-receptors for TLR, that is toll-like receptors. Then they will bind to the infected cell and result in killing of the infected cell. Now, COVID-19, as we all know, that it's a new virus. So our body hasn't developed any adaptive immunity against it. Thus, it is spreading rapidly in the population. Now coming to nutrition and immunity, how the nutrition it affects basically affects the immunity basically. So there are several things in our diet which we consume which increases our immunity against the disease, such as folate, zinc, iron, copper, selenium. These are some of the minerals. Now, the major three nutrients which can help us fight against COVID 19 and on which the research is going on, they are zinc, vitamin D, and vitamin C. Zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C, they all support our immune system in one way or the other. They help our immune system to work in a better way. Now, let us understand how. Now, our immune system basically it is present all the time. The immune system is basically surveilling your body. Whenever a pathogen encounters your body, it gets activated. And for the activation of that, you need energy and certain biosynthetic molecules. From where that energy for biosynthesis will come? From the food that you are eating. That food consists of nutrients, energy giving substrates such as glucose, amino acids, fatty acids that will help in making immunoglobulins, prostaglandins, etc., and cofactors such as vitamins and minerals. These are the direct regulators of gene expression in immune cells. Hence, good nutrition is required for proper working of immune system. Now coming to role of important nutrients on upper respiratory disorders and viral infections. Now I'm saying upper respiratory disorders because COVID-19 infection it basically affects your lungs. So these nutrients they act upon and help your upper respiratory disorders to boost back. Then the viral infections. First, coming to vitamin C. Now, vitamin C we can get in our everyday life from various fruits and vegetables such as peas. Then, citrus family is rich source of vitamin C. The lemon that we are taking today to replenish our fluids is also a source of vitamin C. Oranges, kiwi, certain vegetables such as garlic, capsicum, chilies, etc. They are all rich sources of vitamin C. Now, vitamin C has been shown by various studies to prevent against pneumonia. It reduces the cold severity and the duration of the cold. It also prevents upper respiratory tract infections. Now, coming to the mechanism of action of this vitamin C. Now, when the virus it will enter your body and attack your body, then the phagocytes they will come into action. Now, phagocytes these are the cells which protect our body by engulfing the foreign material. So, virus is a foreign material. The phagocytes will come and engulf them. In that process, they will release reactive oxygen species. These reactive oxygen species, they can damage your DNA, RNA, and proteins. So they can basically lead to the apoptosis of the cells. Then comes the role of vitamin C. If your diet is rich in vitamin C it is an antioxidant. It will scavenge those reactive oxygen species and will lead to reduced virus expression. It means that either the pathogenicity of the virus would be decreased or the virus particles they will be produced in less manner. Then comes vitamin D. Now, the major source of vitamin D is sunlight. We get it from the sunlight, but we never sit in sunlight these days as it's quite hot outside. So, the other sources of vitamin D they are dairy products such as milk, cheese, yogurt, and you can also get it from fish and poultry, that is, eggs. Now, vitamin D has been shown to affect respiratory viruses such as influenza A and influenza B in previous studies, and it also prevents pneumonia by combating as pneumoniae, which is the major cause of pneumonia. Now coming to the mechanism of action. Now vitamin D, it acts by various mechanisms basically. First of all, it is expressed by B and T lymphocytes. What they do, they increase the production of regulatory T lymphocytes in your body to fight against the infection. Then vitamin D is also a powerful immunoregulator. That is, the immune cells, they are themselves capable of converting the inactive form of vitamin D into active form. Then it enhances your epithelial integrity and thus blocks the virus particles to enter your body. Moreover, it induces antimicrobial peptides. The one example is cathelicidin. This is the compound which is thought to be active against COVID 19. Now let's see the mechanism of action of cathelicidin. Now, when the sunlight is there, it will activate the vitamin D receptor, which will further promote the transcription of cathelicidin gene, from which cathelicidin molecule is formed. After the cleavage of cathelicidin molecule into LL37, this LL37 protein, it will disable the enveloped viruses. Now, COVID 19 is an enveloped virus. SARS basically is an enveloped virus. So, this protein is thought to be effective against preventing SARS CoV 2 infection. Now, coming to zinc. Now, top zinc rich foods are seeds, nuts, legumes, then dairy sources again, cheese. Dark chocolate is also a good source of zinc and eggs. Zinc has been found to reduce the duration of cold and incidence of pneumonia in both children and adults. It is also antimicrobial in nature, it is antiviral in nature. Zinc, it works by following different pathways. There are 5 different pathways by which zinc acts on the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Now, these are just the postulated pathways. The studies, they are already going on this. First pathway is the mucociliary clearance. Now, our bronchial epithelium, it consists of cilia. So basically, what zinc do is it will clear the mucociliary clearance and thereby promoting the removal of virus-containing particles. So this way, it will help in the removal of SARS-CoV-2. Another or the second mechanism is it blocks the replication of viral RNA polymerase. And how it does so? By decreasing the activity of angiotensin converting enzyme. This angiotensin converting enzyme is basically required by SARS-CoV-2 to enter the target cell. So by reducing the activity of this receptor, it prevents the SARS-CoV-2 from entering your system. Then the third mechanism is by increasing your antiviral immunity. How it does so is by upregulating the interferon alpha. Interferon alpha is basically a therapy which is given to the infected individual. So it will upregulate the interferon alpha and hence increase the antiviral activity against SARS-CoV-2. Then another mechanism, fourth is it is an anti-inflammatory molecule. So basically, under septic conditions in lungs, zinc will lead to overproduction of pro-inflammatory cytokines such as interleukin 6, interleukin 8, tumor necrosis factor alpha, nuclear factor kappa beta, etc. And these pro-inflammatory cytokines will lead to the destruction of SARS-CoV-2 virus. Then the last mechanism is the secondary action of zinc. Because zinc is toxic or has antibacterial properties in it, so it will prevent the secondary infection by S. pneumoniae, which is the cause of pneumonia in individuals having COVID-19 infection. So basically, these are the pathways by which zinc will prevent SARS-CoV-2 from entering your body or decreasing its pathogenicity. Now, zinc is already as in use as a potential supporting therapy in treatment of COVID-19. Now, let's see how. Zinc cations with zinc ionophore pyrithion. Now, what are ionophores? Ionophores are basically the substances which help to transport the particular ions across the lipid membrane. So, they will help in transport of zinc through the membrane, basically. So, along with pyrithion, it inhibits SARS-CoV-2 RNA polymerase. This RNA polymerase basically by reducing the activity of angiotensin converting enzyme. It will prevent the binding of this RNA polymerase. Then another is chloroquine. I think everybody has heard of this medicine, chloroquine. It is also a zinc ionophore, which is currently in use as a treatment for COVID-19. It increases the zinc ions inside the cells, basically. It increases the transport of zinc ions within the infected cells and mediate antiviral activity against SARS-CoV-2 virus. Now, other zinc ionophores, they include quercetin and epigallocatechin. However, quercetin and epigallocatechin, they are lesser toxic than the other two, chloroquine and pyrithion, but the research is still going on to check the efficacy of these ionophores against COVID-19. Now coming to nutrition advice by WHO for COVID-19, and we must follow this advice by WHO. They say that eat fresh and unprocessed foods every day. Fresh and unprocessed means that you should take more vegetables, fruits without any processing in your diet. You should take unprocessed grains such as maize, millet, beans, wheat, brown rice, etc. in your diet. Now, here I have given the proportion and serving size of in which amount you should take these. So, fruits, 2 cups of fruits should be daily taken 4 times a day. Similarly, 2.5 cup of vegetables 5 times a day should be taken. Grains, they form 180 grams 1 to 2 times per week. And meat and poultry, they should be taken 160 grams 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 times per week. They say for snacks, choose raw vegetables and fruit. It means that you should avoid foods that are high in sugar, fat, salt, etc. Because they will only increase your chances of infection. They will make your body prone to non communicable disease. Do not overcook fruits and vegetables, as overcooking will lead to loss of important vitamins and minerals in your diet. Then drink enough water, that is at least 8 to 10 cups every day. Now, water, as we all know, is an essential part of our body. It helps to transport nutrients through your blood. So, drinking water, at least 8 to 10 cups, will protect your body. Now, if you want to drink water in the form of juice, tea, coffee, you can take it. Then it says that eat moderate amount of fat and oil. It means that if you are consuming fat and oil, they should belong to unsaturated fats, that is fish oil, olive oil. And you should avoid saturated ones, that is butter, cheese, ghee, etc. These oils, they should be avoided in the diet. Then avoid industrially produced trans fat. It means that you should avoid snack foods, basically. The snacks, the chips that you are eating, food rich in these trans fats like pizzas, pies, burgers, etc. You should avoid those in your diet. Then eat less salt and sugar. And if you are eating, the daily salt intake shouldn't be more than 5 grams, that is 1 teaspoon. You should avoid high sodium condiments also, such as soya sauce, fish sauce, etc., or anything that is high in sugar, such as sweets and desserts. Then, lastly, they say avoid eating out. It means because wherever you are going to eat out, you don't know that how the food joint is maintaining the hygienic conditions. They may be using the same thing for every person. So you should avoid eating out. Moreover, when you are going to crowded place, as we know that that coronavirus is now airborne, so you may get infected also. So you should avoid eating out and rather cook at your home. Now, coming to the conclusion of the lecture. Now, although there are no published studies related to nutrition on SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19, but these nutrients they have proved their action on other viruses in vitro and clinical studies. So you should inculcate these nutrients into your diet. Moreover, they may not help you in after getting infection, but they can support your immune system. They can make it strong to defend themselves against bacteria and the viruses. So your diet must contain more of the nutrients in it so that we can prevent the disease without falling prey to it. Now, the main objective of this presentation was just to make people aware of healthy dietary habits so that they can maintain their physical and mental health during this COVID 19 pandemic. Thank you so much. And with the last message, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Navneet. It's really a very good presentation, and very the less known facts has been shared in today's presentation, and I'm really thankful to you that you make this session as precious because of your presentation, your knowledge. Uh, Now there are certain things that like antioxidants, citrus fruits, vitamins, and physical activities. How these things came important in such a small manner of a time because of the COVID-19. However, these things are quite important even through our lifetime, but we never recognize these things, small things, that these things are so important to us, so important for our healthy life. However, that's really a nice presentation, and I hope that most of you have already subscribed this channel. If not, then please subscribe and share our channel. Our team work really hard and need your support. Our channel is a non-profit and non-affiliated to any organization. Most of us are researchers and faculty from the different streams and institutions. In future, we will try to collaborate with esteemed organizations or institutes to conduct seminars, webinars, and a lecture series like this at a national or international level. In that case, we will also provide you certificates and acknowledgements. However, this is not our last lecture. In the future, after 15 or 20 days, we will come again with the different speakers with the different aspects of COVID or other, the things. So, in the meanwhile, I think that most of you are quite known about the facts of nutrition. However, relinking to our first lecture, where Mr. Amandeep has told that how vitamin C acts as an immunity booster. Again, in this lecture, we have seen that how zinc, folates, phytochemicals, etc., and antioxidants are quite important. However, these are the part of our life. We never recognize them as important as now. And one more thing, the data shared by Dr. Navneet, it has been told that people above the age of 50 to 80 are more prone to these disease, are more prone to the death rate, the mortality rate. So the immunity is the only thing that saved us. Okay, so I think with the concluding note, I'm really thankful to all my speaker, Mr. Amandeep, Mr. Ashutosh Sharma, Pragati Kaushal, Mr. Jashandeep Joshi, and Navneet Kaur for making this webinar, or you can say the lecture series, a tremendous big hit. I have got so many number of responses, and all of your queries will be resolved after we have received the answers from your speakers. And yes, we will definitely be live again with speakers, with these speakers to resolve your queries. And till that time, I hope that you will share our series, you will share our channel, and promote us, so that in the future we will conduct a more seminars and a series like this. And also, please give your suggestions to our channel. Thank you for now. Signing off for a time. Thank you.